and the Marquoyer has it on that wing. Here's a shot. Henderson made a wild stab for spell. Here's another shot. Right in front of score. Henderson has scored for Canada.
What team do you think is under the most amount of pressure to win it all this year?
Honestly, I know this is going to be kind of expected, but I think Colorado.
Do you think Colorado's they're the highest
I
expectation?
think already going in to the playoffs, they had the expectation of winning it, and after the moves they made and what they gave up,
So they have the most amount of pressure?
I think so. Because if you don't win now, you kind of next 2 years, I don't think they have any firsts or seconds. So that's pretty much your future chance of bringing in some young, fresh players. So you kind of lose that for the next 2 years. And then also you kind of brought in these guys. And now if you don't win, it's kind of like a question mark on their identity.
Yeah, but they brought in Kadri who still has term. So doesn't that give you a longer window?
No, I'm not saying, but the pressure's there because they made all these moves to win. So now they're expected to win. So you get what I'm saying? You're talking about expectations and winning.
Yeah.
I think that's there, and the pressure, the expectation of winning is what's going to put the pressure on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say one team, and honestly, they're always under the radar, but it's the Carolina Hurricanes.
Because they made no moves?
No, it's not even about that. They listen, you got no Florida Panthers, the team that just beat you twice, right? And Tampa, as much as they're great, they're not the same Tampa as they were.
They're playing
before.
them tonight. Well, it kind of be good to see.
We'll see how it goes, right?
Yeah.
You got a young Buffalo, right, in the Atlantic. You got a young Montreal. You also got a young Detroit. They're all three teams they don't have as much experience as the Carolina Hurricanes does in the playoffs or the Tampa Bay Lightning. And then their own division, they got Pittsburgh, got old Pittsburgh. They got the New York Islanders. Boston is a shadow of themselves.
Because it could be Columbus. Yeah, I don't know about
none of the other
too
teams.
far. Columbus is only a point out.
Yeah, I know. No, I don't think any of those teams
Give them a shot.
shouldn't be any excuse for the Carolina Hurricanes this year. If the Carolina Hurricanes at least don't make the finals, at least that's a bare minimum for me. If they don't even make the finals, holy smokes, the fans should go after everybody because you guys brought Nikolai Ehlers in the beginning of the year. Your team is stacked. You guys had a chance to go get a second line center. You guys are playing with Logan Stankoven. I wasn't a big fan of that second line. They have Nikolai Ehlers on the third line. They got Bussy as their goaltender. They're going with the young goaltender. They have practically no competition right now for what they are. They should easily be able to go to the finals. And if anything short of the finals, I think that's a big disappointment. And their fans could say whatever they want. They could have any excuses. You guys lost 2 years in a row. If you guys don't go to the finals, Florida's coming back next year, right? Then they're going to have all their players back. If you guys don't win this year, you guys are not getting past Florida Panthers next year because they're going to come and just destroy your parade.
Well, even back to the same thing with Colorado is last year, first round exit, right?
Yeah.
And I think with all the moves they made, I'm you can't afford to have a first round exit this year too. And the thing that kind of sucks is the way they structure the new playoffs and stuff, where you find that in the very first round, even last year you lost two really good teams in Colorado, and I forgot what the other one was, but still, right? It's nuts.
I mean, the other team for me is the Edmonton Oilers, man, because it's not even just you could say about the fan base. I think it's more to do with their core, like Leon Draisaitl and McDavid, right? They don't win it. If they don't go to the finals again and win it all this year, oh man,
I think for them it's even a different story. It's you have the greatest talent of this generation, and you can do anything with them, right?
Yeah.
And speaks a lot because that Edmonton team back in the day when they had Gretzky, they had the greatest talent of their generation, and it's they won so much there, right?
Yeah,
so,
but they had a lot of players.
Yeah,
they had a lot of good players. I mean, that's different. One of the best teams ever built. Edmonton is different. Management just completely screwed it up, and now they're just hopefully they just catch fire and go far. Well, even for them, if they lose in the second round for the Edmonton Oilers, massive disappointment. What are they going to do in the offseason? There's so many questions for the Edmonton Oilers as well.
Well, even with the Edmonton Oilers, I think it's completely different because when you look at the team, it's really a one-line team, right? You look at it, they're so top-heavy, and it's the bottom, let's say, two lines, even their second line, not as strong, right? and their goaltending. Like, yeah, sure, they traded for Yari, but like honestly,
Well,
the way it's
Ingram's been playing decent.
yeah, and it's like good thing they claimed him off waivers, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like there's a lot of question marks around that and what they're gonna look like in the playoffs. But they can't do the same thing they did last year, where they're just going back and forth between Picard and what's his name now in
Skinner.
I don't know. I had a brain fart, but yeah, like they can't do that. Like just go back and forth. I think it's like they need to stick with one guy and just ride him.
Yeah.
And the problem is they don't know who that guy is going into the playoffs. I think that's where the question marks are going to be around.
What team out of the playoff spot right now do you think is under the most amount of pressure to make the playoffs this year?
This year?
Yeah.
Or next?
This year.
Oh, shoot.
Not next year. We're not talking about next year. The season's not over yet.
Honestly, like it's really tough because no really teams out of the
You don't think
playoffs.
there's a single team?
Well, Columbus, like they brought in who'd they bring in? They traded for Garland, yeah.
But that's more of his 6 years just kicked in.
Kicked in,
Year
yeah.
one.
So like it's not really like, oh, they're like, because they still have a window.
Like mine is Philadelphia Flyers.
Okay.
Again, they're in the same spot as they were the year before. Like it just seems like they're always in the 10th spot, and they can't either make the playoffs and they can't finish in the basement. They're always stuck in this spot.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like Buffalo was like that for so long too, right? Where they're just like,
No, but they got first overall. They have multiple first.
No, but
first
that's
overalls.
like you're talking about like Eichel, and then after
Owen Power.
was he was first?
Yeah.
I thought he was like top 3 or something.
Owen Power was first.
But yeah,
No, sorry. Yeah, Owen Power was first. Yeah, Owen Power was first, and Darlene also was first.
that's right.
So, but Philadelphia's never been in that spot before. They've been in number 2 when they picked up Nolan Patrick. I don't think Philadelphia's not going to make it. They have to go on absolute fire, and they're not going to. But it's just that they're in the same spot every year. No matter what they do in the offseason, they're right back to being the exact same spot. The next year, we're going to expect them to be in the exact same spot. So, unless just completely stink up the place or try to do something different and make the playoffs. But being in that 10th spot is not acceptable. So I think Philadelphia Flyers are in the most amount of pressure to make the playoffs. That's just my opinion. I think we just saw Rob Ford. I think it was an order of Ontario for Don Cherry. He gave the order of Ontario, Don Cherry. And I think today the news was going on. They wanted to give the order of Canada. And there's just, politicians jumping back and forth. But why isn't he not inducted in the Hockey Hall of Fame? That's my question. So do you think he deserves to be there?
Well, I think what he's done to grow the game, just Hockey Night in Canada, a lot of people didn't even really watch the game. They tune in to watch Coach's Corner, right? Yeah. And so, like, I think the fact with what he's done to just grow that portion of it, and you look at it now, no one's watching these intermissions and stuff like that. Like, there's no Coach's Corner now. They haven't even tried to replace it or anything. They just have like the panel, and I don't even watch it. That's when I just turn it off or go put on another game, right? Yeah. So like what it does in terms of like for the growth, I think it was good. And like the fact that people would tune in just to watch that, it just speaks volumes on like his personality, right?
My dad in general, I remember we were kids. My dad did not agree with a lot of things Don Cherry said.
Well, that's his issue, right?
A lot of things. And there'll be a lot of people. There'll be maybe 8, 9 of us watching hockey, and a lot of the people in the room will not agree with him. Maybe even sometimes we'll be like, what is he talking about? But end of the day, as soon as it came on, my dad would turn around and tell everybody, like, shut up.
Yeah, it's glued.
Shut up, everybody.
That's glued.
Don Cherry's coming on, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what your opinion was. It could be, you could agree with him or disagree with him. But everybody had so much respect for him that we had to listen to him. And I think that was more of a Canada-wide thing. It was a respect because he's been in the game for so long. Yeah, sometimes his talks were getting a little outdated, or some things were nail on the head, right? Everything was perfect. But I think he did a lot for the game.
Well, even you're talking about like his views and stuff like that too. It's also has to do a lot with the guy's like what 80 something now, right? Yeah. So it kind of also has to do a lot with the era of hockey he kind of grew up with and when he played too, right? So that's maybe where it's coming from, but you can't disagree with the guy. Everyone's gonna have opinions. Like, sure, maybe he wasn't the most politically correct, right? Yeah. But I think it just also has to do with like the era he grew up in and stuff like that as well, right?
Not, so my question is, why isn't he inducted?
Oh, that's probably 100% why. It's
you just think it's politics?
I think it's just politics. I think that's the reason he left the CBC.
Well, he didn't leave it. He got
Oh,
fired.
fired, but that's what I'm saying, right? He got forced out, right? So I think that's exactly why. It's just because the CBC is owned by, it's like Crown Corp, and they have this.
Oh, yeah. CBC's been going through hell this week. Have
What?
you been seeing?
No, what's
Oh,
up?
yeah. That's
Totally
that's
different
a
story.
whole new thing
No, but
going
that's
on.
exactly
They're
what it
getting
is, right?
exposed
It's-
right now
it's,
internally.
that's
all
what
the
it is,
toxic
right?
environment that they have.
Well, that's
the
what
reporters are coming out.
Well, that's what it is, right? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you're held to a higher standard, and you have to be like more politically correct and stuff like that. And I think 100% that's why he's.
But Hockey Hall of Fame shouldn't be judging based on that.
No.
It should be based on your resume and what you have done for the game.
That's
and
exactly
he's been
it.
a builder for the game for so long. Maybe the biggest icon coming out of Canada, like just identity wise, surrounding around hockey.
Well, like, let's look at even like football, like go completely like O.J. Simpson's in the Hall of Fame for football, right?
Yeah.
And if he's in the Hall of Fame for like what he allegedly did, right? Like, sure, whatever. A lot of people are gonna be like, he didn't do it or he did it, whatever. That's beside the point. You shouldn't be looking at that for contention in the Hall of Fame, like you said. It should be more of what you did for a game, and like he grew the game. Like it's like in terms of like he didn't do play by play, like sure, like I'm thinking like Foster Hewitt and stuff like that, but his segments, like it's legendary. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's nothing.
And it's not even just that. Do you go look at a lot of players that were growing up? They all
That's
said
what-
that.
that's
They all
what-
used to listen to Don Cherry and
Cherry.
what he used to say about certain things about the game and how you should play and how you shouldn't play. And a lot of players resonated with that.
Mhm.
And it was it's like you could even look at it with a lot of people that maybe their parents weren't into hockey or anything, but they're listening to Don Cherry. It was like that father figure to teach them about hockey, right?
Growing up, like you have someone like as big as Don Cherry, like as big of a personality is, and is like now the upcoming generation, like they don't know what it's like,
no
right?
idea.
No idea, and it's like crazy.
He should have
when you
been
think
in
about it like
years
that.
ago.
Yeah.
Years ago, like Dave Boyle made it. Like you have Ken Hitchcock's in it too now.
Mhm.
You got Ken Holland also. He got a couple years back. Like he's in the Hockey Hall of Fame. What is my thing is, what are people waiting for? Are they waiting for him to pass away? Then you're gonna respect
Well,
him?
that's-
'Cause that's typically what happens. You know,
Happens.
people want to give the flowers to somebody when they're gone.
No, well, that's
Is that what you're waiting for? Then all these people that were going against him being in the Hockey Hall of Fame, then they're all going to come out. They're like, oh yeah, he deserves it, this and that, and then they're going to talk about it.
Well, even that happened in baseball this year, right? Like the Pete Rose, he got a lifetime ban because of like he was allegedly gambling while he was the coach of the Cincinnati Reds, and he passed away. And now they're like, oh, we're gonna lift the bans, and like we're gonna look to induct him in the Hall of Fame and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, why didn't you do it when he was alive?
Yeah.
Like the guy's been waiting his whole career, like hoping that that they'd eventually lift the ban, and he goes and do it while he's alive.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like he's not gonna be around to appreciate it or get to see it, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
Like I
yeah,
said,
just-
especially like what
I
he's
look at that,
done.
man. It's just dumb.
It's like it's crazy because like there's no personality. Like a lot of people.
There's absolutely no personality. PK Subban is a personality of hockey right now.
Yeah.
If you want to go, or you could look at Bissonnette.
Yeah.
Two guys that have complete personalities, but then a lot of people look at them as they're just more for entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody really takes them seriously. Don Cherry, people
No,
still took
like,
him seriously.
when-
it was a different era. I get it, different
Yeah.
type of entertainment. But I think people still respected him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's different. He done it for almost 4 decades, and
Well, it's-
we're still having this conversation.
Well, it's like it's crazy,
crazy.
right? Like the thing is like Don Cherry, like he was a coach. Like a lot of people don't know too. Like he coached, right? And he coached in Colorado. He coached in Boston. He played a little bit, a lot in the AHL and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people don't even realize like that they just recognize him as the guy that wears the colorful suits, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like every episode, that's what they'll know him for. But like the fact that he had such a big personality and like he's known for not only just like one or two things, it's like so many things. Like we listed like 3 there, and it's crazy.
No, he built the game, man. He deserves to be in the Hockey Hall of Fame. He should have been in years ago.
Years
the
ago.
fact that we're even having this conversation
Yeah.
right now in 2026,
Yeah,
it's insane.
you know,
Should've
because
been
what it's
years
been
ago.
like 5-6 years since he's come off the air, longer
No?
even, right?
You
It
crazy?
was pre-COVID, right?
No, dude, he left in like 2013.
Has it been that
It's
long?
been so long. I think it was 2013.
Has it been that long?
Dude, he's been gone for a long time. You think 5-6 years? Holy crap.
That's crazy.
We got white hair and shit, dude.
Yeah.
we were kids.
Last.
Maybe it was 2019 because I think that's when all these social movements started happening around there, 2017.
During COVID?
27. No, it wasn't during COVID. It was before COVID, man.
Prior to COVID.
2017, 2018. That's when all these social movements started happening.
And like even with Don Cherry, like what he said, what you people, like he didn't even say anything. He just said you people. Like what's so derogatory? I guess like the way
That's
he
how
said.
sensitive the world is, man. What
Yeah.
can we say? But that, I mean, you're telling me that the negative things that you're gonna pull out of him takes away
All the stuff
four
he did.
decades of CBC, and then before that, all the coaching he has done.
Yeah.
So almost.
And he
Bizarre,
coached,
man.
not
So
like even
stupid.
coaching wise, like
who is gonna argue with me and say that no, he doesn't deserve to be?
well,
in the Hockey Hall of
even
Fame?
like coaching wise, he coached the greatest like defenseman ever, right?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like probably even arguably the greatest player ever.
yeah. All right, last thing.
I'm immigrant. You know,
Yo, dude,
like you know what I mean?
We're
Like
from parents of immigrants,
and-
right?
And,
And
yeah.
if we aren't offended, then nobody should be offended.
Well, that's the
Like,
thing, right?
seriously. No, I mean, yeah, I wasn't gonna say this, but that's the truth, right? We're kids. We're kids from immigrants. Are sorry, yeah, we're kids from immigrants. Our parents came here in the 80s.
Mhm.
If we're not offended by what Don Cherry said, that nobody
should be
should be.
like sure.
Like, come
like,
on,
I don't
like
know.
like realistically, like
Mhm.
it's so stupid.
Even like he issued an apology and everything, and they still like got rid of him.
Yeah,
And then he did his own little thing for a bit, but it's not the same, right?
no, it's not the same.
And you tell like you still like I bet you today if they like still had him on, he'd still be going, right?
Yeah, but I remember listening to him now. I mean, he's fairly
It's
old.
old, yeah.
But the thing is, like, he should get his flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he deserves it. Like, man. I don't know. I guess this is how cruel world is, right? Like,
Well,
people are gonna wait for him to pass away, and then that's when they're gonna be saying that, oh yeah, he did these great things. You're gonna see Ron McLean and all these guys say all these great things about him when he's gone, but nobody really stood up for him when
Yeah,
They needed
gonna have like they're gonna like do tributes and stuff like that. But
all
it's
CBC's gonna try to do all that stuff, and
Yeah.
then they're gonna just push it under the rug.
well,
That's how it is.
even the CBC like they did a 2-part series, but this was before he got kicked off,
Yeah.
right? They had like a kind of like a docudrama type 2
Yeah.
episode thing, and it was pretty good too.
Yeah. All right. So last thing, of course, Austin Matthews got need on need.
Yeah,
Was it yesterday or 2 days ago?
2 days ago,
2 days ago, right?
think
From
Thursday
Gudas.
night.
Yeah, 5-game suspension.
Not enough.
Yeah, but I'm not surprised by anything.
I think-
So that's why this is like the last thing we're talking about is because for all of the suspensions happened before and the measuring stick, and I've already talked shit to the safety department and all that stuff in the past, but they have already built like what's the word? They're already being soft in the past.
Mhm.
They don't give enough games. They don't set up enough examples. A lot of the players have no idea what the rubric is. The fans don't know what the rubric
Well-
is. I've said this in the past. I've said the same thing. I think this was back in November. Said the same thing, that there is no absolute rubric. Nobody understands what's a 2-game suspension, what's a 5-game suspension, what's a 10-game suspension. Yeah, no, it should have been more than 5 games. Hands down.
Should be for the rest of the season. There's 17 games left. Sure, you know what I
but-
mean. Let him come back for the playoffs, whatever. But you set your example. It's not like he hit a nobody. He hit.
Yeah, but that
Like
doesn't
you-
matter.
No, I'm not saying.
I think when you're
but
gonna,
I'm saying.
I think when you're suspending somebody, it doesn't. I don't think it
It
matters
matters who you. No.
hit.
But I'm saying
It
like
depends
this
on if
is.
you're a repeat offender.
He is a repeat offender. I think up to
18 months. Like has he?
I think it's like 26 games or something like that. He's had prior to this or something.
Okay. Yeah.
That he's been suspended.
He's been a
So
repeat offender,
it's a repeat offender, and it's not even like it's like 50-50 or anything like that. It's blatant. He stuck out his knee, and sure, like I agree with you there. It doesn't matter who you hit. You hit someone, it should be weighed. It should be just player X.
He pulled his knee out and everything.
But
it
the
was
fact that
intentional
it
for
was
sure.
on like premier player, like the face of the franchise, some might say the face of the league, and the fact that he did it to Austin Matthews, and on top of that too, Austin Matthews out for the season. Like sure, it might also be because they're trying to tank as well, right? But
no, I think no, it looked pretty bad.
but
Right
it
away
looked
when you
bad.
saw it, you know he's gone.
no, but like I said too, like the fact that you did it to them, it's extra weight because you do this, you give them 5 games. Like players aren't thinking twice when doing this the next time.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's that, and then even on the Leafs, like sure, let's finish up with this first, but it's disgusting, man.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to say, oh, we're trying to take fighting out of the game, but then you're leaving stuff like this in, and 5 games is nothing, and especially going to the playoffs, right? Like ban him for the rest of the season. There's 17 games left, or give him 10.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
but
Like
you gotta do it with the comparables, and unfortunately,
they set the bar so low.
they
Now
set the
you
bar
can't.
so low. Exactly.
That's the problem, right?
This is I was talking about this back in October, man. I think it was October.
We were talking about Rantanen with Rantanen. That's
we
what
talked
it
about
was.
Rantanen too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we brought the same thing up, right? So the league
But the
kept it
only
so
difference
low.
is with Rantanen, there's no history, right?
Yeah, but Rantanen did it twice in 1
Well,
week.
1 week, but there's no twice in 1 week. But there's no with Gudas. This is his
No,
game.
but I don't think the repeat offender thing does matter, but
Yep.
I think the actual intent does matter as well.
Mhm.
So even if you're a first timer, you should still be able to get 5 or 10 game suspension. Depends on the injury. Depends on the severity of the injury or what he has done. Right? Like how was it head on?
But
you know,
even
kicking his
with
head
like
out,
the
whatever
Rantanen
it
thing,
was,
like
right?
sure, like it was like behind, like back face to the boards, right? Like sure, it was a dirty hit, but I think like with that, there's like still like kind of like
No. But okay. When you're gonna be setting up suspensions, I'm not saying the Rantanen suspension is the same thing as this. That's
no,
all
I'm not
saying.
saying that either. What I was trying to say was with this,
But because that's not even a suspension. This is a 5-game suspension now.
Yeah.
Because that technically should have been a 2-game suspension.
Yeah.
Which increases this to like a 10-game suspension.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to be like
yeah.
that.
But
because
even
it being
with
so
this,
low-
like it's there was intent behind it because he sticks out his knee. He
Oh,
could have
yeah.
skated past him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like there's that side of it too. But because they set the bar so low, it's like disgusting.
Yeah.
So that's one side of it. I think the league like should be disappointed. And then the other side of it too is the Leafs. Like no one reacted.
Yeah.
That's your captain. That's your franchise player. And you're just skating around like oh, is he okay?
But is this any new news?
No,
Like I'm listening
this
to
is
all
so-
this,
this is-
but I've heard the same things from the Leafs for years. That's
No.
why I don't really care. Like
And-
it
and-
doesn't. There's no opinion that I have for this.
No, but
because
like
it's-
that's what I'm
this
saying. Like the thing
this
is
who they are.
like it's such a weak locker room. Like you're talking about
Yeah.
players that aren't willing to fight for like your teammates, your brothers, your guys that you're supposed to like die for. And there's no heart in this team. Like how do you do that? Like you know what I mean? Like it's so shocking. Like you're talking about this is supposed to be a team. They're supposed to have good chemistry. Like maybe this is why they're not winning because they don't care for each other. You know what I mean? And it's shocking. Like Stolarz called it out earlier in the year when he kept getting hit and then he got hurt. And he said the same thing. It's no one's coming to my defense and stuff like that. And I'm like, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Went to an OHL game yesterday. Kid got into a fight. Everyone's coming by to the penalty box, giving props. Right? And I'm like, that's how it should be. You know what I mean? Like, it's disgusting. And then Berube too, even after in the presser, he's like, oh, sure, like it was kind of disappointing and stuff, but like, the boys rallied and they won the game. I'm like, what? No, man, they should be sticking up for your guys. Like, if you're not gonna even in beer league, like there's guys in my draft beer league. So these are guys I'm playing with for the first time. There's guys on that team that would die for me if something like that happens. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking nuts.
Yeah. Same thing. I have no emotions, bro. I'm listening to this. I agree with everything you're saying,
That's shocking.
but I'm not shocked. There's nothing like there's nothing. I am past. I am
No, like, the writing's been
when you
on the
have-
wall.
You know how when you have 5 stages of grief,
Yeah.
I'm already
past.
It's done. Like
Yeah.
for me, I don't want to talk about the Leafs all year.
No.
Like I know this is a big thing, and there's always a big thing with the Leafs every single week, and then we talk about it. But I was like, the Austin Matthews thing, it shouldn't happen. That was messed up, right? But everything that led up to where we are today with the 5-game suspension and the team not standing up, I'm not surprised about this at all. I think for the Leafs and for Leaf fans, I think you guys just need to fast forward this entire
And
year.
get it
Just
over
take
with.
it to the summer, man.
Well,
just call it a day. And
One
and
thing
that's
that's
it, man.
one
Just
thing.
recoup in the summer.
One thing that's good about it too is I think there's no question. Like Leafs fans are united and seeing this now. Like there's no like debate where like someone will say nah like trying to argue and say like nah this is a team and stuff like that. I think there's like no question amongst Leafs fans. Everyone can unite and say like yeah this team.
Well, the Leaf fans are they'll jump in the ice and fight. but not the team themselves.
No, but what I'm saying
the
is,
team would jump in, but I know the fans would have jumped in.
what I'm saying is, like, you know how you have the 1 or 2 fans that'll say defend it. I don't think no fans can defend what happened. I think everyone's united on that front.
Nobody's gonna say that. Oh yeah, this is what it's supposed to be. Blah blah blah. And I don't think nobody is gonna say that. Oh yeah, 5 games is good. Of course, everybody knows that this is supposed to be more than
you're gonna
5
get those
games.
fans. Though somebody will come out and say, "Hey, like, you know, what were they supposed to do? Jump in, take a penalty? Like they were trying to win the game." You know what I mean? Like someone trying to argue that side of it. You know what I mean?
That's always trolls and stuff.
You
always see that stuff.
But I don't think like I'm talking about any Leaf fan. I think it's
I just think for Leaf fans, just guys, just turn off your TVs, man. Just turn off Twitter. Turn off everything.
This season's wrapped,
it's
man.
done. There's gonna be a new story next week and the week after and the week after. There's gonna be a new story about the Leafs and somebody's gonna talk about it. But it doesn't matter. None of this is irrelevant. Yes, Austin Matthews. Hopefully he gets well. That's all. That's what matters. He gets his rehab. He gets better. Hopefully he doesn't need surgery. I don't know if he does or not. I think that's the only thing I'm thinking about this situation. But other than that, just mail it in, guys. This is over. There's nothing to argue about. Reality is reality. Just go spend some time with your families. You know, get away from the TV. The weather's getting really nice outside, so go spend some time outside.
Well, I think,
and then once the summer is over, then bring your rage back, and we'll talk about Leafs again.
well, even the crazy part is, the funny thing is now Matthews is out. I think the team is going to perform better.
Typically, that's what ends up happening. But I mean, the team's been
one thing that they're doing now is they're bringing up all these AHL guys, right?
Well, they should have done this
a while ago, yeah. But hey, at least you see what you have now. Maybe you find another diamond in the rough, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, it's golf season for the Leaf fans. Let's go.
Golf season for the Leafs too.
The Leafs too. Yeah. There you go.